Sergeant at Arms for today. Welcome you to the 701 chapter of Toastmasters Club of Pune. The mission of Toastmasters is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members empower to develop communication and leadership, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now let me explain some basic rule of this. Please put all noise making devices on silent. I request all online attendees to mute yourself when you are not speaking. In Toastmaster meetings, we shake hands when we transfer control. Please clap whenever control is transferred. Requesting all other role players, speaker, attending online to rename themselves as a role name. I will give you an example, like Sergeant at Arms people. The guest can rename themselves as guest and then. Please following the protocols. Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. We will now have a round of guest introduction. I request each guest to tell their name, profession, and how they came to know about Toastmasters. All in 15 seconds. Are there any guests? Yes. Yeah.
Profession and pharmacist working with government. I got to know about Toastmaster from my name is Sarvita. I'm completing my graduation from MIT and I've got to know about Toastmasters from Instagram.
Hello, I am Nagappan. I have done my graduation in Bachelor of Vocation in Renewable Energy, and I came to know about Toastmasters from Instagram.
Good evening again. My name is Shubham Mostly. I am a regional manager at MSc, and I give know about Toastmasters from my friends.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kailash. I'm working as a consultant at HCL, and I know about Toastmasters from my college.
Is it your online attending? Yes.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmasters. So my name is Said Patwegar, and currently I am doing my masters, and I came to know about this club online, and I was really impressed with Prasad sir's email of Toastmasters, which was very structured and required to be very disciplined, and that's why I'm here to be a part of the Toastmasters. Thank you.
Moving ahead with the agenda, please help me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Nagappan. He is an IT professional working with Japanese IT company. He has been Toastmaster for more than a decade and played leadership role and club level and district level. He is interested in personal finance, public speaking, physical fitness, and practicing Reiki. Please connect with him during fellowship or mutual benefit. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Audible and visible to those who are online.
Yes, sir. You are visible and audible.
Good evening, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, district officer, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I welcome you all to another exciting program of fun and learning at 701st Toastmasters Club of Pune meeting. I, Nagappan, is your host for this evening. Let me introduce the theme for today's meeting. Today's theme is election. Any idea why do we have such a theme today? We have a parliamentary election coming up, or state assembly election coming up. No, elections will not come. But we have our club election today. Let's discuss both during the meeting. Before that, let me explain the program for today, especially for the benefit of the guests. I would like to know if all the guests here you have received this agenda. Today we have multiple items in the agenda, and that are divided into two ops. The first op consists of prepared speeches. That means there are two Toastmasters who have prepared their speeches based on some specific purpose statement or objectives. They are going to come here and deliver the speeches. We are going to witness them. Later on, that speeches are going to be evaluated by senior Toastmasters. They are going to evaluate the speech and going to give them some feedback so that they can listen to that and improve upon their speaking skills. So this is the first op. And second op consists of impromptu speeches. What is impromptu speech? So that's a Toastmasters trademark where people will come here and even the guests also may be called for that, and you may get a topic in which you will speak about that. So you will come to know more about the program once we begin. Also towards the end, we have a business session, and apart from the regular business session, we also have two more items scheduled today. One is about the election, and second one is about the audit report presentation. Going more details into that, I would like to introduce our president, who is the founder of Toastmasters movement in Pune. He has completed 27 years. I'm not sure all of you are 27 years, but some of you may be much lesser also. He has completed 27 years in Toastmasters. Professionally, he is a corporate trainer and he is an economist. He has led 5,000 plus Toastmasters across 212 clubs. We are one club here. He has led 212 clubs as part of a district governor on the district 41 during the year 2013-14. You may be wondering what is a district, and to make it simple in layman's language, he was the All India head for Toastmasters. Yes. Actually, he has traveled to 630 cities across 56 countries, and he has attended multiple Toastmasters meetings whenever he travels. Let's welcome our past district governor, distinguished Toastmaster, Prasad Somani, and who is going to give the presidential address.
Good evening, everyone. I remember a story from 2013 when I was the district governor and we went to cast votes for selecting or electing international directors. That particular day we were in Cincinnati, Ohio, where the elections were being conducted. We left early in the morning to reach the venue from our hotel, and a lady asked, "Are you going to Toastmasters convention? I can drop you." And she took us in her car, and we were chatting. And I asked whether she also a district governor from some other district. She said, "No, I'm just a club president." And I said, "Then why are you here?" She said, "Just to cast my vote for my club." So then I said, "The conference got over yesterday, and you waited an extra day just for this?" He said, "Yeah, because it's democracy, my vote counts. That's why I waited an extra day." So a person spent $150 for stay and some more amount for food and other things. Maybe let's say $200 just to cast a single ballot, where the total number, I was having 212 clubs. That means 212 into 2, that is 424 votes plus my own vote, 425 votes. And she was having one vote. And total there were something like 20,000 votes involved. So somebody was giving so much importance for one vote that that person was willing to spend $200 just to cast a single ballot. That is the kind of importance people give for this committee. That is the kind of importance people give for playing their role as a voter. I'm not sure how many of you are spending that kind of amount to reach here. None in fact, nobody spends so much. People don't just spend 150 rupees other than someone now spends money on rickshaw. How much do you spend? Huh? 200
For one side.
But so he spends something like 400. Let's hear out of the other than that, we don't have to spend as much for giving a vote, correct? There are elections in India where people don't even go out to vote. Friends, democracy is governed by all of us if we Is that the motto today? Okay, I didn't realize it. So, we all have to participate in that, and the simplest way to do that is by casting our vote. So today we have elections for our club. I appreciate those who are present here today and those who are present online, who can be present online later on. But we have to be present and cast our vote, and that is how we participate in it. That's the importance we have to understand. Today, we will be electing the next set of leaders. So this is my last opening address as president. Next week, there will be another president who will be doing the opening address. Let's wish that team goodwill at the end of this meeting. But today, I would like to thank all of you for supporting me and the team this year. And I would like to thank the executive committee of this club who has worked hard during the last 6 months. Let's applaud for them all. Maybe in July, but we will felicitate them as well. For now, I hand over back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmasters for your inspiration and opening address. Before going into the role players, first I would like to say what an election is. I think we all look at Wikipedia. We go through something. When I look at Wikipedia, election is a formal group decision-making process by which a population chooses an individual or multiple individuals to hold public offices. Like a definition, okay? And maybe a 2-mark question for those who are studying in the college. But for all of us, when I asked a question about have you contested in election or have you participated in election, so everyone was only referring to the election of whatever the government elections were being. But actual elections can happen at multiple levels. As a Toastmasters Club, we are going to have our own election. And I am sure some of you who were part of our club during the last midterm might have participated in the election or maybe voted in the election. But people are only referring to the days they voted or the assembly election or parliamentary election. But the election has been a mechanism from 17th century for many hundreds of years of election happening. The election may be in the office of the legislature or sometimes in the executive, judiciary, and for regional local government. This also may be used for some private and business organizations. From clubs to voluntary associations and corporations, election can happen at multiple places. Let me introduce my fellow colleagues who will help me in control and connect of this meeting today. To maintain order in the meeting, we have someone who is a fellow member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India and a practicing company secretary for more than 6 years with expertise in areas like company law, income tax, GST, FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act, plus RBI, SEBI, plus listing regulation, and a lot of other details. Maybe you can connect with him to know more about company secretary and all these laws. He is interested in gardening, traveling, and reading during his free time. He has joined Toastmasters to improve his communication skills, especially the fluency part, leadership skills, and identities social network. When I asked him about the election, he said he has given his first vote when he was 19 years old. He felt like he became an adult and responsible. So till date, he has casted vote twice, including third time. He has not contested in any election till date. Let's welcome our surgeon at arms for today's meeting, Toastmaster Deepal Pirade. I will introduce all the role players. We may applaud for all of them. To keep track of time, we have someone who is a game developer. So we all play games, but we have someone who is a developer who develops games. And a management enthusiast. He likes reading books, writing, and gaming. He was very excited to cast his vote for the first time in 2014. He believes that every single person must vote. And I'm sure even all our members also will join today and vote. He has not contested an election. He may be contesting maybe next term or this term. Let's welcome Toastmaster Akash Gojraj as Simon for the meeting today. to keep track of the pauses or fillers that we use. If you want to have an effective speech, if you want to avoid unnecessary words, pauses, fillers, we have someone who is a process analyst in accounts payable department. He is passionate about trading in stock market, and his hobbies are playing cricket, reading books, watching movies, web series, and documentaries. He has joined Toastmasters to improve his public speaking skills and to become a better individual and in personal and professional life. He has neither voted nor contested in election till date. Let's welcome Toastmaster Akshay Kalse. He is an author for today's meeting. The language is important, and because most of them have joined, not the main purpose, but maybe our additional purpose to improve the language. To give us the critical feedback on the language that we use and highlight upon the good and not so good usage of the English, we have someone who is a motivational speaker, and her hobbies are reading and listening to music. Actually, she doesn't have voter ID, so she could not vote in the general elections till date. But she has voted several times during the club election, and she has also contested in the election when she was studying in the college. So let's welcome our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Kamanda Apuja.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm Kamanda Apuja, the language evaluator for today. I will now introduce the word of the day and idiom of the day. The word of the day is democracy. It means a system in which the government of a country is elected by the people. An example of how it can be used in a sentence would be: a strong opposition is vital to a healthy democracy. Would anyone like to try making their own sentence using this? Yeah.
Democracy at certain level and leadership is also very important.
Thank you. Now the idiom of the day is two-horse race. It means a competition or election, etc., in which there are only two teams or candidates with the chance of winning. An example of it is in the sentence is: the election was a two-horse race. Okay. Would anyone like to use it?
Most of the club elections become a two-horse race, so that it enhances the competition.
Thank you. In Toastmasters, we encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day and idiom of the day by giving them a thumbs up. I will be noting down the good uses of the English language and the words or phrases which could have been replaced by better alternatives. I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmasters.
I request all of them to put the mobile silent mode. Also, please select the agenda. Someone else will be observing everything that's happening tonight, or maybe that person is even watching from the time we started planning for the meeting. Later, that person will give us feedback about the proceedings, the environment, and the general comments about the meeting. To act as general evaluator, we have someone who is a recruitment specialist working with technology today. He has 6+ years of experience in human resources and 8+ years of experience in training. He has also worked with giants like the Reliance Industries, Hitachi Group, Japan. He is an NLP practitioner, and he likes to go to gym, listen to music, and connect with people. He has joined Toastmasters to improve his leadership skills. When I asked him about the theme, so he said it was a wonderful experience for him to get a stamp on the figure, and was excited to see the list of the contestants and choose the one. And he carefully chose the right candidate. He has never been a contestant. Also, he is not so keen on the politics. He may not contest in the political and he may contest in the constitutional because in democracy, we need to participate in that. Let's welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Parag Shinde, and he'll be giving the comments towards the end of the meeting. And Now let's get back to the agenda. And the first talk consists of two prepared speeches based on the pathways program. Each speech has a specific time limit and certain fixed objective or purpose statements. That's why we call them as a project. Each project teaches us some aspects of public speaking and how we should use the various tools to make an effective speech. Vocal variety, persuasive skills, body language, all the things they will practicing as part of Toastmasters speeches. There are many aspects that Toastmasters will try to learn by giving the speeches here. I would like to introduce about the first speech. The first speech, as per pathway, it is a level 1 project plan. There are 5 levels in the pathway. You can see the agenda in the end. This speech is a level 1 project 1. This project is called icebreaker. Icebreaker because they are going to speak for the first time. And the purpose of this speech is for the person to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of the speech. The evaluator for the first speech is Toastmaster Dev Sharma. And the title of the first speech is My Life. Time allowed is 4 to 6 minutes. I request the speaker to look at the timing. At 4 minutes, the green signal will be shown. And at 5 minutes, yellow signal will be shown. At 6 minutes, there is a red signal. And there is a grace period of 30 seconds. To show the end of the grace period, we'll be sounding the buzzer. The speaker is someone who is born in Madhya Pradesh, studied indoor. He has grown up professionally in Pune. He is a software engineer by profession. He likes working upon solutions for the real life challenges and expecting spirituality as deeper as possible. He has joined Toastmasters to improve the presentation and leadership skills and to push his overall personality positively. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rahul Goyal to give his icebreaker speech.
Respected President, all my fellow Toastmasters, Indian press. I welcome you all and a very good evening to all of you. As per my topic is given by your sir, it's my life. So before starting my life, let me introduce myself. My name is Rahul Goyal. I'm 31 years old. I born and brought up into Indore, Andhra Pradesh. If I talk about my family background, my father, Dilip Kumarji Goyal, he is a police officer into jail department. So don't mess with me, okay? Second thing, let's talk about my mother. My mother, her name is Krishna Goyal. She is a very religious lady, and all across my face, you're observing a smile. That is just because of her. She's a very smiley lady, very what we say, gem of a person, I can say. Let's talk about my siblings. I have one younger brother, one elder brother. Both are engineers. And top of the list is about my wife. I should say it's not only my wife, it's my life. She's sitting there. Please clap for her. I should say one thing that she's much more beautiful from her behavior, from her nature. So I consider that she's my better half now, and I believe that she will be all the time with me all across the life. Okay. And, let's talk about third aspect of my life, which is my profession. By qualification, I'm a software engineer. Sir said to me that by profession, I'm a software engineer. Sorry, sir. By qualification, I'm a software engineer, but by profession, I'm a network, you can say network entrepreneur. I have three companies. One is DKSoft Service Networks Private Limited. DKSoft is a company which works into the domain of IT infrastructure. We take turnkey projects, IT infrastructure projects, in which we do system integration, like we do server setup. Thereafter, we do take CCTV, biometric security panels projects, kind of thing. Stuff I do. Second company of mine is Evaluator Private Limited. It is a new startup which was incorporated into August 2019, in which we make new products like electrical vehicle and drones, kind of stuff we do there. And third organization which I know, that is RCEP Technologies, in which I myself conduct workshops, in which I give trainings to the new buddies who would like to consist profession into the domain of security. Right. More than hundreds of these students who are doing their own business nowadays, I train them. This is my privilege. And in the end, I will talk about just three things. Number one, my vision. My vision of life is that I would like to do something in my life that in the end, while I left this planet, on that time there should be a Jayanti on my name, like Gandhi Jayanti. That's like there should be a Rahul Jayanti. So in a positive manner, I would like to do something very good. Okay. Second thing, as I talked about, that my weakness and my strength and my weakness. My strength is my confidence, which is given by my father, because he was the person who started his journey from just 800 rupees in his pocket, and he is the ideal person for me, because we three brothers all are engineers. So a person who is just on a constable post, and he is bearing expenses of three engineers. So it is a very big deal. Big thing. So I gain confidence from my father. And second thing, that I'm a very optimistic person. I believe into positivity. I just work for positive things, and I believe that whatever you think, you became. So all the time I remain myself positive. And third thing, which is about my weakness. Number one weakness, which is observed by all of you, that is time management. Today also I'm late. It is my third meeting. Still I'm fighting with it. That I will make myself better into this. Second, my weakness is my communication skill, I could say, because for what I joined the Toastmaster, and I believe that Toastmaster is kind of the only organization which for which I came across in my entire life, in my 30 years of journey, that it is the only platform where which is non-profitable organization, as well as people works for the people for their betterment. So as we can say that it is an organization which is of the people, by the people, for the people, which is the definition of democracy. Okay, and in the end, I would like to say last thing, that it is the organization that is made of two horse races. Right here, all people are running for winning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul Goyal, for the wonderful icebreaker speech. So, what's the speech? I hope all of you like the speech. Would you like to give a feedback for you? So, there is a form given to all of you, feedback form. Let's have 30 seconds time. In which I request all of you to write the feedback. It's a small portion. You can write that, and you can give it to him during the break. To him, to the speaker. Anyone who doesn't have the form, maybe you can raise your hand. We will send the form. All of you have the form. Anyone who needs a pen? Now let's get into the second speech. The second speech is how to make the same project. The pathways, level 1, project 1, the icebreaker. The purpose remains the same, to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. The evaluator for this speech is Toastmaster Area Director Ravi Petty, Advanced Communication Bronze, Advanced Leadership Bronze, Leadership Development Proficient, Engaging Human Proficient, Team Collaboration Proficient. So all these are titles in Toastmasters, and he has completed 2 titles in the traditional part, and he has completed 3 parts. There are totally 11 parts, and out of he has completed 3 parts, and he is going to be evaluating the speech. The title of the speech is The Road Best Travel. The speaker is someone who has completed his bachelor's in mechanical engineering and master's in energy systems engineering. He works in Adaptive Incorporates as an energy engineer. He participates in adventure sports, trekking, martial arts during his free time. Again, we use careful. He's passionate about environmental sustainability and cooking. He wants to improve his public speaking, communication skills, and presentation skills. Let us welcome Toastmaster Pradyumna for his speech.
If you want to speak from this side, you can speak as well. It is yours.
Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters, and your guests, very good to all of you. I am Pradyumna Dubey. This is I joined Toastmaster on 700 milestone meeting of this year. Today is my first speech at the Toastmaster. It is an icebreaker speech. Title of my speech is The Road Best Ever. So I will be giving an introduction to my life as a group of title till my all the schooling and all. There are some incidents that the speaker may kind of respond it, but yeah. So I start with my education. So I am from a very small but a very beautiful town called Kailash in Madhya Pradesh. It is also famous for as a hometown of the legendary singer Mr. Kishore Kumar. So the music is in the air of Kailash, and that's why my family also is into the music. So I'm basically a tabla player. I did 2-year diploma in tabla, and I did my schooling from J.K. In school, I represented my school in national and state events in Taekwondo. So Taekwondo is a Korean martial art, and I learned to it. And I also played state and national for that. And I was in that. So after schooling, now I come to my family. So my family lives in Kandwa. My father works in Indian Railways. My mother is a housewife, but she takes coaching classes for the student. My grandmother is a retired teacher. My brother works as a software engineer in Bangalore. I live with my wife. Here she is a quality analyst of Fintech student. That's about my family. Education-wise,
Those corrections are done. I have a 5-minute bio break.
No. We have orientation. Please look at the agenda.
Okay. So now we will have the orientation. The votes are done. In the orientation, I request all the members to join newly those who can hear or online, I think we all will have more Indian colleagues. So I request the president, distinguished Toastmasters Club somebody, to join here, come here, and conduct the voting.
This is the tagline of Toastmasters. Toastmasters where leaders are made. The non-profit organization started in the United States in 1924. We will be completing 98 years this year and 100 years in 2 years' time. This is going out of the screen. I don't know why that's happening. Share screen. Share screen. From current slide. Go there. From current slide. It's visible here. It's not visible there.
That is a second list. Video or video option.
Okay, what we can do simply stop video of that. But from the current side. It would already be okay, I think we'll manage without that. It doesn't work. You can't understand it live. So this is the mission statement of Toastmasters to provide support and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater confidence and personal growth. We have presence in almost 150 countries with about 15,000 odd clubs, 3 lakh members, more than 1,000 clubs in India, more than 75 clubs in Pune. But most of these clubs are corporate clubs. And we have about 15 clubs in Pune which are community clubs, which means open for all. Soon they all will start meeting in this mode, offline mode as well. Currently, most of them are meeting online. Our membership offers you benefits of improving communication skills, improving leadership skills, improving your organizational skills. You gain confidence. Plus, you network with people with positive minds. In short, you become a better thinker, better speaker, and better listener, and better leader. Typically, what you have to do is just attend the meetings and follow the guided program, which has evolved over the last 97 plus years. And senior members also spend time in mentoring you to become better speakers. So they will guide you, they will coach you in writing your script and so on, and getting your speech edited and so on. And they also help the club in its functioning and help the organization grow. Today we will be electing 7 club officers who will be managing the club's functioning in the next club. If you look at communication, you can see that it can be divided into thinking, speaking, and listening. Okay? And speaking can be subdivided into impromptu and prepared speeches. For prepared speeches, we have evaluation. For prepared speeches, you can subdivide that into the rudimentary skills such as how to get rid of your nervousness, how to. Within basic, we have rudimentary, so you have gaining confidence, speaking with sincerity, getting rid of nervousness, and so on. And also learning the speech structure, the opening body, the conclusion, and so on. Then you learn the technical skills such as how to use body language in your speeches, how to use voice modulation, how to select the correct words, how to use property or props in your speech, and so on. And then you learn to apply all that by way of a speech that can persuade the audience, inspire the audience, entertain the audience, or demonstrate something for the audience. Are you able to see this? Is not get issue. Am I blocking you? So at the end of each of these milestones, you get certification, which is useful in the market for those who are looking for admissions to universities in other countries as well as jobs. Okay. The pathways, we have 11, we have 14 paths now. Yeah. I think you have more than 11, 14 paths now, the latest version. And each of them have 5 levels. So each level has about 3 speeches. So once you complete one level, you get a certificate. Once you complete the second level, you get a certificate, and so on. So if you get one path clear, that is 5 levels completed, you get a title pathways proficient on that particular path. Then there is also a high performance leadership program where you compare, conduct, you run a program entirely. It's like a management school teaching. You run a project entirely on your own. You decide what will be the project, you decide who will be the mentors, and you decide the goals for that. It can be related to Toastmasters, it can be related to your professional life as well. And when you complete 2 paths, the pathway, serve as a club officer for 1 year, serve as a district officer for 1 year, and complete one high performance leadership role, and charter club to become a distinguished Toastmaster. For each club's functioning, we have 7 club officers. We are going to elect them later on, but just for the benefit of everyone, there is a president who presides over the meetings. There are 3 vice presidents, one handling the education and training, one handling the membership, and the third one handling the public relations. Then there is a secretary, there is a treasurer, the names are obvious, we can understand what it is, and there is a sergeant at arms, which is the logistics guy. And each of these serve for 1 term. In our club, since we meet weekly, it's a term of 6 months. Then some clubs form an area, typically 4, 5, 6 clubs form an area. Some areas form a division, typically again 3, 4, 5 areas form a division. And some divisions form a district, typically 6 to 15 divisions form a district. And there are 4 speech contests conducted at each level. By the way, beyond district as well, we have structure such as region. There are 14 regions in the world, and there are about 130 districts presently. And there are 4 speech contests. One is for prepared speech, one is for impromptu speaking, one is for speech evaluation, and then one for humorous speech contest. So these 4 are run at the club level, area level, division level, and district level. And the prepared speech contest is also called an international speech contest or world championship of public speaking, because that goes beyond the district. After district, there are 3 more rounds, and if you win all those 3, you become a world champion of public speaking. So if you win 7 contests in a row, you are a crowned world champion of public speaking. As simple as that. Correct? You just win 7 contests in a row, defeat all the other contestants in each of those contests. But it gets tougher later on, because in the first round you will be, let's say, 10 contestants. But in the next round, you will be competing with others who have also won at their club level, and so on. So it's just like saying you have to beat 7 opponents in 7 matches and you become Wimbledon champion. As simple as that. So individually you benefit a lot because you get unlimited personal growth. Your communication skills become clearer. It can help you even in communicating with your family members or bosses or colleagues or juniors and so on. You gain new friends. You get to have positive relationship building with people around you. That is why we call it Toastmasters, where leaders are made. Everybody joins to become an orator, but after a few months of membership, you realize that you can help others, and you start serving as club officer. Then you form more clubs after another year or so, and you help many more members get recruited in the cause. That is why your objective was just to become an orator, but you end up being a leader. That is why the tagline is Toastmaster, where leaders are made. So we expect 5 P's from you, from everyone who is a member, as well as everyone who is a potential member. First is, of course, payment. Once you pay that, you become a member. Then we require your presence. You have to attend all the meetings, play some roles. That is participation. You either give a speech or play some role in each meeting. It cannot be that you give only speeches after speeches every meeting. You have to play the other roles as well. Today there are 2 speech evaluators who would be giving feedback for Rahul and Pradyumna. There are people who are playing the roles of language evaluator, art counter, timer, and so on. So you have to have all these roles in place so that everybody benefits. Then you have to prepare for your speech. I'm sure both of you had sent your speeches to your mentors. I had seen your speech. And then get that reviewed and then deliver it here. And finally, since you benefit from this, you promote and bring in more guests. You have paid your fee, you are attended, you play roles, you are being mentored, and you promote on social media as well as elsewhere. What are the financial figures? We collect $7.5 per member per month. Typically, it is collected once in 6 months, March and September, for the cycle ending in September and March. Then you have to pay one-time joining fee of $20. And the club pays the charter fee of $125. You don't have to pay that, it's already paid for our club 15 years back. And for the first part, which is free for you, subsequent parts are payable. You pay $20 for those. Then there is a cost to be paid for rent. Currently, we get this very free because of premises. But if you remember, just 2 months back, we were meeting at Professor College, where we were paying almost 4,000 rupees per meeting. We provide snacks after the meeting. Even here, we provide that. There are trophies to be given to champions as well as others. There are awards. There are early bird incentives in the fee structure. Then we have to invite some trainers for some events sometime and take care of their transportation. Our representatives should be able to attend the district conference if it is held in another place, another city. All these things to collect something like between 100 to 300 rupees per month per member for all the local expenses. Currently, we are collecting 100 rupees because of the pandemic. We have just shifted to offline mode 6 months back. So we collect currently 1,700 one-time fee and 700 rupees per month to be collected semi-annually. Okay. So right now we are collecting for 4 months, that is June, July, August, and September, 2,800 and 1,700. That is 4,500. But in the next month we will start collecting for 9 months because we have to complete the cycle up to March then, not just September. So 9 months into 7, that is 6,300. And 1,700 will be the joining fee. We will be collecting 8,000 from 1st July. And once you pay this and join, subsequently you pay something like 4,500, 4,200 every 6 months, 8 to 9,000 every 6 months. If you were to get similar certifications elsewhere, first of all, there is no comparable course, but let's say there is a course which is similar. Maybe 19-20, maybe 80% of what Toastmasters offers. That would cost you something like 15,000-20,000 easily. One course. Okay. One certificate. Here it's cheaper than that. Plus, you can earn multiple certificates. So you pay 8,000-9,000 rupees per year, and you can earn multiple certificates. How many have you earned? 3. 4.
3 for the RPA, but
yeah, so that is one more benefit. You can attend meetings of other clubs as well, and benefits from that. So when you consider what you become after being a member for a few years, this is not much. It might look more, but look at what you become after a few years. You have evolved into a better human being, evolved into a better leader, evolved into a better speaker, more confident person. Then this is nothing. The bigger challenge is not this, but that of time. You have to attend all the meetings. Typically, our meetings run 2.5 hours. You have to commute maybe half an hour, 1 hour. How much time do you spend for commute? 1 way. So 1.5 hours for her. I think she's the one who lives furthest, so others must be spending less time than that. So typically 4 or 5 hours a meeting, if you can say on an average. That is 4 per month. Then you have to prepare your speeches, you have to play some roles, you have to prepare for those. If you attend meetings of other clubs like Desh and others, how many meetings you attend every month? 6 or 8. 6 or 8. Okay. So if you do all these things, then you will spend much more time. So time commitment is bigger than that of money. You will end up spending easily 10 hours per month for just meeting. Okay, I'm not calculating the commuting time there. The executive committee spends another 3 to 5 hours. The vice president, education, and the president spend another 10 to 20 hours a month on that. Plus, if you are mentor, you have to mentor speeches of others. You have to read, review, edit, and send back. And if they want, they can come and rehearse in front of you. So all these things do take time. Plus, you have to prepare your own speeches. But once you undergo this program and benefit at the end of that, you are going to say it was definitely worth it. That completes one presentation. I have one more shorter presentation. Let's open that. Meanwhile, if there are any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. Especially since there are a lot of guests today as well as members who have been new and haven't. So our club has been the best club in the district for 2 years. That time our district covered 89% of India. So we could say that we were the best club in the country for all practical purposes. And I traveled all over the world and brought good ideas from other places here. And this club started best practices which were shared with other clubs and made to improve because of us. Okay, so you are part of a club which is the best club in the country. Now look at the mission statement again. The end part of that is resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So in order to ensure this for you, we have certain rules of discipline. Okay? We have unique rules for our club. We have formal attire, which is the requisite for you. You cannot wear jeans, t-shirt, and all these things that are mentioned there. No casual attire for our meetings. What is preferred for gentlemen? It's a good, clean, pressed pant, pressed formal shirt, tight socks, less shoes, nice tie, clean shave. This preferred. Okay, this ideal. And for ladies, the ideal is sari or Punjabi dress or suit or shirt pant. But what is tolerable? It's what is acceptable. So you need not wear suit. You can wear a shirt and a pant. Otherwise, it is decent. That is tolerated. Okay. Ideally, it should be pressed. And if you are there, it should be groomed well. Okay, not that you're. Look at Parag's bed; it's quite well groomed. Okay, it's not exactly. And there is and the gentleman out there can be changed. The other trick is to be like Rapid when you wear a mask, then your bed is not sitting. And traditional attire of India is okay as well. Then when you enter the meeting room, you have to switch off all your gadgets. There shouldn't be any noise made other than the machine which is running the Zoom meeting. This will be on for another 3 months. After September, we'll stop hybrid meetings. It will be only offline meetings. So if we have rules. Currently, we are not charging this, but we have these rules passed by our club's committees and they are implemented time to time. Then to collect a fine of 50 rupees for the first offense where either noise or dress code or punctuality is violated. Okay. But somebody once mentioned that okay, I can never come in time, so 50 rupees for offense. So for 1 year it will be 52 meetings, 2,600. Here is my 2,600. We don't tolerate such nonsense. That is why the fine goes up. For first it is 50, for second is 100, third is 500, and so on. So if you want to pay something like that, then you might as well pay maybe 1 lakh rupees or so and come like for every meeting, because it will go up in this proportion. So if you are sergeant at arms for the meeting, such as Deepak Virade, who was the SA for today, or Toastmasters today, you are taken Nagappan. You have to be at least 45 minutes before the meeting present here. If you are role players or speakers or evaluators, you have to be here at least 20 minutes before the timing, which is 5, so before that. And it is expected that you play all the roles. It cannot be that you just want to give speeches. You have to give speeches and play all the roles. Then, typically, you should give your first speech as soon as possible. Is there any new member of our club who have joined but not given the first speech? You have joined us?
No, I have not joined yet.
Okay, so I'm asking you have joined but not given the first speech. Is there anyone like that? Okay. Then you play the roles that we expect you to play and play Toastmasters after that. And when you are Toastmasters there, you are expected to speak to everyone by calling them on phone. Okay. And for online folks, you have protocols such as you have to turn the video on, you have to turn the audio off except when you are speaking. You have to have decent data even for online meetings because we are going to request you to turn your camera on. We were attacked, cyber attack some time back, where somebody started posting nonsense on video. So we have made the rules that anyone who joins online has to show the face first and conjure it to screen. Then there is a mentor assigned for you. You have to get your speeches mentored, but the responsibility to send a speech is yours. The mentor is not going to chase you, send me your speech, send me your speech. Okay. Once you are told that you have to send a speech, then it's your responsibility to send a speech every time. And get it reviewed and only then deliver. That will be helpful for you. If you follow the system well, we'll groom you to become the leader that you can be. Okay. Any questions from anyone? Members, guests, anyone?
What is the frequency of this club?
Weekly. So we meet every Saturday, 5 to 7:30. But you can attend all other meetings once you are a member of this club. Anywhere in the world, because most of the clubs are having online meetings presently. You can attend any meeting anywhere in the world once you are a member of one. Yes.
I had a question. The first slide you mentioned about that because the best in the district. So what is district?
So I got that earlier. Okay, some clubs form an area, some areas form a division, some regions form a district. The district that you hear in newspapers today is different from this district. That is a terminology used by the Revenue Department of State of Maharashtra. We have Pune district, we have Raigad district, we have Mumbai as separate district, and so on. And Ahmednagar district, Aurangabad district, Satara district. That is their terminology. For us, typically 100 odd clubs in the district. That is a global terminology for all service organizations such as Rotary, Lions, or Toastmasters.
So a district may comprise of like India as a whole. Like
at one time it was. When I was the district governor, we had, even before that, we had India and Sri Lanka as one district. Then we had entire India minus Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu as the district when I was the district governor. It was 89% of India's population at that time.
You were saying that we were among the best. So, what were the kind of best practices that made this club the best?
So there were parameters at that time, and whatever we are following, you can attend meetings of other clubs and you will see the difference. Yes. So whatever we are doing is what we have seen that has been in practice for the last 15 odd years, 14 plus years. And there were parameters of the district such as how many new members you have, how many speeches you complete, how many educational titles your members earn, whether they attend our conferences or not. There are different parameters, different times, whether you form more clubs or not. So we had achieved on all those parameters. Any other question for anyone? If not, we'll pause here. I hand over back to Toastmasters of the day to announce the break.
Welcome back. We are going to start with some interesting facts about the elections worldwide. Most of the countries' elections happen on Sunday. India is a country where elections happen over a month's time, almost 1 month time, and multiple places. And there are countries like Australia where voting is a compulsory one. And in Brazil, it's as young as 16 years of age, they also can do the voting. And in US, generally the voters turnout is comparatively less compared to other countries. For example, in Belgium, almost 87% of people turn out for voting. There is US 60%. North Korea also they have elections, but you know they have a king, but still they have elections. The Queen of England is still not eligible to vote. She also votes. In India, actually the first general election happened in 25th October 1951. It started and it completed on 21 February 1952, 4 months. Because at that time the technology was not so important, and so they had to go on that. India actually we have the electronic voting machine. It was first used in Kerala in the year 1982. I think now we had a break and let's get into the second part of the session, which is about the evaluation. So for both of the prepared speeches, some senior Toastmasters are going to give evaluation or maybe feedback for the speakers on the areas of how they have done well and where they should improve on that. The first speech by Toastmaster Rahul Goyal will be evaluated by someone who is a graduate in microbiology. He loves to play football and cricket. When we were all worried about COVID, he was doing product analysis on COVID as what is violation. He loves to watch test cricket, women's cricket, Premier League matches, and he supports Leicester City as he feels they are the underdogs of the league. I think people follow football can understand it from more. He is interested in cricket, football, wrestling, and drawing. He has never witnessed an election or he has not given a vote. Maybe today he may be doing, or he might have done it last term also. But he feels that elections and voting should go hand in hand with the structure and survival of the democracy. It's very tough the one after they can give the Let's welcome Toastmaster Tej Sharma Dynamic Leadership Level 3 to give the evaluation on the speech by Toastmaster Rahul Goyal.
Good evening, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. The speaker, Toastmaster Rahul, gave his icebreaker speech, and he met the objectives of his project, which was like he had to introduce himself to the club and know what a basic structure of the speech is. So I would like to first talk about the good aspects of this speech by talking about the content. So your content comprised about your family, your wife, professional life. You also mentioned your strengths and weaknesses in the speech. And I also felt that you were quite confident in giving your first speech, and the confidence came out by having a clear and you had a high pitched voice, which made the audience connect to you when you were delivering your speech. And how did you deliver this content? I felt that you had good eye contact with people, and you also had some good hand gestures, and also you also used good humor so that you could connect with the audience. I have only a couple of recommendations. Since you spoke more about your professional life, what were your projects and everything, I felt that you should have talked more about how you were as a student and how did you cope up with college and were there any changes about it. And I also felt that when you saw the red card, I thought that you rushed your conclusion of the speech. So I hope that you incorporate these two recommendations, and I know you will give more better speeches in the near future. And I would love to hear more speeches from you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tej, for the encouraging evaluation. Now, the second speech by Toastmaster Nagappan will be evaluated by someone who is currently serving as area director or area lead for 1998. He is a Toastmaster for more than 8 years, and currently he is the Chief Operating Officer of Drink Water Daily. He likes watching YouTube, Netflix, and football. He also loves reading, listening to music, traveling, and practicing meditation. His first experience in voting has been very interesting and a learning experience, be it for himself or for the government. He has contested in multiple elections, including for the post of Secretary, Vice President Education twice, President twice at the club level. In district elections also, he has contested as a division director and he got elected unopposed. Every election has been a learning experience for him, and it takes all of us to be a better leader. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rabin Chetty, Advanced Communication Bronze, Advanced Leadership Bronze, Leadership Development Level 5, Engaging Humor Level 5, and Team Collaboration Proficiency. Toastmaster Rabin Chetty for the evaluation.
Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very good evening to all of you. If my voice sounds funny, I apologize. Slightly. But who is not unwell is my target speaker today, Pradyumna. So one thing I observed about his speech throughout was he was very clear with regards to his language and what he was speaking. He didn't fumble while speaking. The grammar that he used also very simple, no grammatical mistakes as such. Another thing that I observed was his eye contact, which was there throughout the. Although I think there can be a bit improvement with regards to that, I will share that after the speech. But that good eye contact which I was proud of. And I felt Pradyumna was quite comfortable on the stage actually. I didn't see him, trembling, fumbling much or anything of that sort. Now I have 3 small recommendations. Probably next time I'll give you more critical feedback. But one thing is, when you greet the audience, like when you say good evening, you should wait for the audience also to reply. When they are almost going to say good evening and you start speaking, it's sort of like you interrupted the audience. So wait for the audience response. Another thing is be energetic, because I mean you are a martial artist, so that energy should come through your voice also. Right? And you are such an accomplished person, and you have such good language. I feel if you be more energetic, your speeches can be more impactful. Another thing is, don't need to give a preface to your speech. Like you said, I'm giving my first speech today, and this is the speech title. It does not need, because the agenda has been provided to the audience. They have read it. Plus, Toastmaster of the day has already said. So no need to give a preface to your speech. It's not very, what to say, primary school kind of. You should just begin with your speech. You already had a good introduction to your speech. Your speech was well structured. So no need to give a preface. This is what my speech is about. But otherwise, I think this was a really good attempt for your first speech. Just be more energetic. When delivering your speech, I think you can be a really accomplished speaker. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rabin, for the encouraging evaluation. I think now let's start the diverse report instead of having a detailed text. Can you tell who all qualifies for the best evaluator?
Both are qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash, for the diverse report. And because we have 2 evaluations, also this is not a 2-horse race. So we are going to follow democracy to select one of the best evaluators. I request everyone to vote for the best evaluator. The names of the evaluators are written here. Also, it's there in the agenda. Now let's get to the next one. Let's test our ability to think fast and speak impromptu in the debate topic session. The debate topics mastered today is a commerce student with a specific interest in finance and economics. She likes to practice photography She voted for the first time during the school captaincy election, and she felt a sense of responsibility when she voted. She has not contested in any election yet. Let's welcome Toastmaster Arya Kulkarni to be the table topic master for today.
President, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tabletop session aims to check our ability in one of fields. Now I will call upon some Toastmasters and guests and give them a topic each. They have to shake hands with me before and after the speech. Please do clap during the handshake. Qualify for the voting, each speaker has to speak between 2.5 minutes. The timing report will be as follows. The green card will be flashed at the end of 1 minute. The yellow will be flashed at the end of 1.5 minutes. The red card will be flashed at the end of 2 minutes, and a grace period of 30 seconds will be provided, at the end of which a buzzer will be. So I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Privacy. Topic is, do you believe that the elections are fair and free?
Honorable President, fellow Toastmasters, and my guests, do I believe the elections are fair and just? Quite a controversial topic, should I say. But to a certain extent, yes, I do believe that the elections are fair and just. Because India is a democratic country, each person has got the right to vote for their choice of ideal candidate. So, yes, so there was a case when there had been a controversy that people were saying that the election commission has been bought and votes are rigged. But I actually do not believe that. You get votes based on the work that you do. And it is evident, I would say, because look at the kind of development that has been happening over the years, because of which we can say that certain type of ruling party gets elected over and over again. It's not because the elections are rigged. It's not because the tickets are sold to favorite candidates. It's because of the kind of work that you do and because of the kind of people connect that you have with the voters, which gives you elections. And to a certain extent, I definitely can say that the election system in India is fair and just. With this, I hand over to the Toastmasters.
Call upon guests.
No, we have a rule that we invite only those who are dressed formally. So please. No. So she will invite those who are dressed formally. She'll announce the names.
So I would like to call upon guest Abhijit Kamat. The topic is, have you ever participated in an electoral process? Have you ever participated in an electoral process?
Very good evening. The topic is, as an electoral process, that I can say yes. I witnessed some elections. So first election that I witnessed during my college. So it was for our one event specifically that they want to elect one POC, that we can say, point of contact, by everyone's choice. So we had everyone's connect first, and then they voted everyone with raising, very simple process with raising hand, and then that POC was selected. So that was the first time I witnessed in a small election to have someone or to select someone as a person. So that was my first event when I
two Omkars. So again, this Omkar is pressed in genes, so then you can get.
Have you ever contested an election? Have you ever contested an election?
So I'm here. So I can say I can work for the election, but not contested for the election. Even though I am a 25-year-old person, I can say, but I never casted vote till now. I don't know why, but it's very bad to say in front of all you people. But yeah, like I've been working for many elections that I have been participated in, but not casted vote. Particularly for the government side, definitely no. But in college side, yeah, I have done it, and I very much enjoy that part of it. Like because I can say I'm a very political person and I'm very opinionated, and I can say very loquacious. So I understand every bit of it, and I know that casting a vote is very important. But it shouldn't be a two-horse race in between. So being in a democratic country or in any democratic process, we need to understand what is the significance that we have in any vote we cast. At the end of the day, yeah, it is matter. But like I come across situations where I understand like casting a vote in that situation won't going to be matter at that or it won't give that much of a significance. So in that case, I thought like yeah, it's a matter of say none of the above. But in that time, there was no an option in the electoral process of my colleges and everything that I went to. There was no none of the options. So it just like in my mindset, I thought okay, maybe we can provide our support in some different way instead of going for just casting a vote. I know like most of you won't agree with me. I definitely understand. But at the end of the day, you need to understand where you are participating and how you are going to work for the processes that you embrace in. So yeah, with that, thank you.
Now, like call upon guests from ours. That the voter turnout in India is low. Why do you think that the voter turnout in India is low?
So good evening everyone. My name is Shubhavasti and according to me, so I will like to give my own example. Like I have voted in, I have just voted one time and I have given Nota as an option. I have opted for Nota because I don't believe in the democracy because I think so that democracy nowadays what's happening in democracy, we are all watching this political people and I think so they are not suitable for that positions. That I think so. Your view might be different. So I think so that there are people who are having criminal records on their name. They are leading us and they are doing such things just because of just for the benefits of them. So I don't believe in democracy in such. So I believe in an able dictatorship. Like number of dictators involved, they have led their nation so well. Like number of democratic countries have placed them, have misplaced them, have created wrong things about, have created wrong image about them in the world. So I believe in able dictatorship, not democracy, and that's why I opted for Nova. And I don't, and that's why I think so. Number of people in India don't believe in democracy, and that's why they turn on content. Thank you.
Our table topic session. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did conducting it. Thank you so much.
On the table topic session. All speakers.
All qualified.
We will have a voting on the best table topic speakers. Please take that voting stage and please vote.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, I would like to check the quorum for members of TMCP. Just raise your hands if you are paid members of this club currently. Tamanna, just count people. And you. Keep count one more time. 17. 17 and there are 3. 18. Okay, 18 and there are 3 there. Saurabh, Harsh and Kailash. Okay. So we have 4. So even if the quorum drops because somebody has to leave now, we have the quorum. We have established that.
We are going to have elections in the audit report. And now, second, we are coming towards the end of the meeting. It's time for the language evaluator to come forward and give the report. Let's welcome Toastmaster Tamanna to come and give the language evaluator.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
I will now be presenting my report. The good uses that I noted during the meeting were Nagappan sir used the words keen, spirituality, underdogs, awareness. Rahul Goyal used the words turnkey, drones, vision, Jayanti, optimistic. Pradyumna used the words distorted, taekwondo, profile, environmental sustainability, like-minded. Prasad sir used the words milestone, rudimentary, compare, orator, offline mode, evolved, rehearse, parameters, quorum. They use the words aspects, gestures, incorporate. Rabin used the words fumble, critical, accomplished, primary school kind of thing. Cavalier used people connect. Yash used opinionated, electoral, embrace. I did note any not so good usages. And the people who used the word of the day were Nagappan sir used it twice, Prasad sir used it, Cavalier used it, Rahul Goyal used it, Tej Sharma used it, and guest Shubham Avasthi used it. Idiom of the day was used by Pradyumna, Rahul Goyal, and Nagappan sir.
On counter report, I would like to request Toastmaster Akshay Kalse to come here and give the R counter.
Yes. So I'll be evaluating whatever markers today and filler words, whatever the words like so and what to speak. So the word we use it's called filler word. Okay. And I will present you that. First speaker today was Toastmaster Rahul Goyal. Right? We used our word 5 plus times. And words 5 plus times. And also he used and words 4 times. And one word by strength he repeated 3 times. Second speaker, Pradyum Londe. He used word 5 plus times and so words twice. And word he used but word twice and word 3 times. Okay. And both of the icebreaker speeches was very good. It's a kind of horse race. One is IIT master share, martial arts. And second one is that entrepreneur having 3 companies. We can follow him next year. There's 2 companies short. So both the speeches were good. Report. Third speaker was Toastmaster Tej Sharma.
We just used our words once, and we did I word twice. What word twice? And three times. Okay. And the next evaluator was the V shape. Okay. We used our twice and you know it twice. I think it says bold. That is what she used our twice. And we used I word, I mean by saying that I word twice. The next tabletop is table in Pune. He used our twice, over the once and had used twice. Okay. And the next speaker was Abhijit Power. Okay. He used our word twice, you know once, and so words four times. Next speaker was Yash. Okay. He used words three times, so once, yeah words twice repeated, and I words repeated once. Okay. And lastly, Shubham Awasthi. Our words two times, so words and he repeated they twice, just twice, and that's three times. Okay, as usual, yeah, Vasant sir, flawless, and Tamanna ma'am were flawless. What's the next program? People was flawless. So, yeah, a lot of applause for it.
And now someone was observing the thing of the entire meeting. It's time for our general evaluator to come forward and give the general evaluation. Let's welcome Toastmaster Parag Shinde.
Very good evening, respected President, Toastmasters of the day, all my fellow Toastmasters, and my dear friends. So today's topic was a very hot topic. So before I got to know about the topic, I was like, oh, what's the topic for today, right? It's not there on the WhatsApp group. But then when I saw that, I felt, what are we going to discuss about this topic over here? But then, of course, our Toastmasters of the day has made it so wonderful. I mean, it was so humorous as well. I got to know that election, talking about the election and introducing about it in such a wonderful and humorous way. I never felt that, but then it was done in a very wonderful way. The meeting started on time, but I think SA people could have come a bit earlier and would have distributed agenda and feedback slips. But again, talking about it, it was appropriately, the rules were appropriately shared with everyone. He was also collecting the feedback timely. I mean, the voters' names timely. Talking about TMOD for today, as I've already mentioned, he has always been enthusiastic. He also got humor in the discussion. He has done a wonderful job in introducing all the role players. And I could see that he had also shared certain interesting facts about elections. Plus, he used his own way of introducing. So it was not that the entire script was read, right? So that was again a wonderful job. Talking about our president, of course, it's always a bang-on message. The address that he gives is very, very enthusiastic, making us enthusiastic, and it also is inspirational. He also gave a live example pertaining towards election today, which was a very relevant example towards today's theme. It was also a good thought of having an orientation for new members. The presentation that was which was presented over here had enlightened all the new members, I feel, about how and what Toastmasters is. Coming to the speakers, of course, I could see that it was their first speech, but then
Obviously, they have done a wonderful job while delivering their speeches, just that I could see they could have used a space around here. And they were better evaluated by our evaluators. Cage had given an evaluation and had also followed a approach. Rabin, a very detailed feedback which was given pertaining towards communication, pertaining towards body language. I guess it would obviously help our speaker, and also, yes, he has followed a CRC approach throughout. Talking about our Toastmasters Arya, who was a table topic master, she has done a great job of introducing the table topic rules over here, which were pretty clear. Just that I felt she should also look after the dressing sense of people over here, so that before announcing the names, she is aware about it. She introduced the rules properly, as I mentioned, plus the table topics which were given to the speakers were very, very relevant and interesting too. So great job, Arya. Talking about the table topic speakers, of course, I could see they were pretty enthusiastic in terms of delivering their speeches, even though it was impromptu speech. So that was a good thing. Coming to language evaluator, she has also done a wonderful job in introducing the word of the day and idiom of the day. She had involved the audience for getting examples at the start of the meeting. She also explained the thumb rule in a very proper manner. She also shared the entire report on good usage of words. Talking about our timer, I know it's a very difficult task to keep a tap on time, but then he has done a meticulously good job in keeping all the timings, keeping a tap on all the timings and sharing it with us. Talking about our counter, he has also done a good job of explaining the rules. He has shared the report, which was a pretty detailed report. Good that he also had appreciated everyone who was a flawless speaker over here, right? So overall, it was a wonderful meeting. I feel just that initially a bit of hitch which happened, in terms of distributing the agenda and the feedback slips possibly could be taken care of. But again, Toastmasters of the day, a very wonderful job on the topic, discussing about it and making us aware about the different sorts of scenarios that happen around the world around elections. So thank you so much.
Evaluations. So let's get into the business session. The first one is about the elections for the term July 2020 to December 2022. I would like to request the President District Toastmasters to come here and conduct the election.
Before we start that, let's have voting for best role player as well.
Okay.
So the ones who were the role players, best role player, we have Toastmaster of the DTM Nagappan, Table Topics Master Arya Kulkarni, and General Evaluator Parag Shinde. So please cast your vote for the best role player first.
There was also discussion about NOTA today. I think from 2019 it came, and in 2014 general election was used widely. There was total 1.1% of the voters have used the NOTA. And today one of the topic speaker was saying NOTA. NOTA is not that low. But there are 10 candidates are there. One more option, 11th option for none of that. also a design also logo also a design type National Institute of NID is Nagappan. They designed a logo for Rota. 1.1% of the voters as was saying the post. A lot of new people nowadays people are preferring to vote for Rota. It doesn't vote in the end of the day.
So it has not been as effective as it was predicted. It was predicted to be a great tool, but that hasn't helped.
That's some voting.
No, let me complete this first. We'll announce auxiliary. Thanks. Friends, good evening once again. We have an important task of electing the officers for the next term. The club has been doing well. It has to continue to do well. The term that these all officers whom we elect now will serve is 1st July 2022 until 31st December 2022. Next 6 months. We had set up a nomination committee which had inputs received from some of the past presidents and past members as well. So I request DTM, soon to be DTM Ramesh Reddy, to present the report of nomination committee first. We still have challenges in getting enough nominations, so I had sent an email to all of you. We received fewer responses than the number of seats, so Ravin actively called some of you and got some nominations in.
So, good evening once again. So, I was the chair of the nominating committee, being the past president, and with me in the committee was Nagappan, and we also took some consultancy from one of our past members, a senior member and even leader, and in consultation with Prasad and Aditya, these are the names that have come up with on the state. For the post of president, we have Nagappan. For the post of vice president education, we have Tej Sharma. Vice president membership, we have Nandan Gujraj. Vice president public relations, we have Harsh Dhalge. For secretary, we have Parag Shinde. For treasurer, DTM Prasad Sohi. And lastly, for the post of sergeant at arms, we have Toastmaster Tamanna. Now, these are the ones, and some of them have nominated themselves, some we have nominated and put them on the stage. And that's all from me. Thank you, Prasad and Aditya Vision for their comment.
For spending a lot of time on this, discussing several times on calls as well as Zoom calls and so on in the last few weeks. These are the nominated candidates, and since they are proposed, there are also seconded because there were more members than one in the committee. So it is assumed that they are proposed and seconded. So does anyone else wish to be part of the committee in any post?
What are the remaining posts?
There are no remaining posts. These are the posts. Okay, so Varun can be part of some other committee. Let's see. We'll just take nomination first. And Rahul also wants to be part of some post or some post. Okay.
So you can be associate vice president for member.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to say. These are 7 officers, and Jasbir Akram wants to be. We have some additional posts, okay, which are not having credit because these 7 posts get credit. But you can be associate vice president education in helping the vice president education for planning the meeting. You can be associate vice president membership, helping the vice president membership for getting more members and so on. Or you could be associate for any of the other posts, okay, where you help. Then we have a post called newsletter editor. So somebody who can be a newsletter editor, can be getting articles from members, motivating them to write articles, get speeches. If somebody has really got a great speech, get that printed in the newsletter and so on. Printed means edit, publish. We are not having hard copies right now. Publish online. So we have a newsletter editor as well in place. Okay. So since these three have shown interest, maybe they can be considered for some of these posts, but we'll conduct the elections first and then see.
For associate and newsletter editor, there's no election.
Yeah, they are appointed. They are not appointed. So we'll go one by one. First, President BTM Nagappan, we wanted to have a senior member because the club has a lot of newer members, but very few senior members. Therefore, we have kind of forced him to be president again. He was already president long time back, but we need a senior person, so we have forced him. Are there any nominations for president other than that? Okay, so I close the nominations first, and I request current secretary Tamanna to cast a single ballot in the name of BTM Nagappan, so that he is declared as the president for the incoming term. With that, let the vote be. You can give her that thing. Just put that in there. You can use a piece of paper or you can use the ballot sheet, one of the ballots. Okay. Once she does that, we will declare. Wait fast, please. Okay. So we declare distinguished Toastmaster Nagappan and elected for the next term, starting 1st July. Education, we have nominated Toastmaster Tej Sharma. Are there any other nominations? This is the person who has to plan the agenda for each meeting and also ensure that all the members get a chance to speak. It's a lot of work involved. So we will be having maybe one or two associate VPs as well. Okay. So if not, I'll close the nomination first and I request the member to cast a single ballot. Okay, you can do that. You cannot do that beforehand because somebody might be interested in the election. So the vice president of membership we have. Okay, first we'll upload for Tej. Some cases it so happens that the vice president of membership becomes vice president of education, then becomes president and so on. That's not the case everywhere. So it's not guaranteed that Tej will become the president. Let it be clearer for him as well. Then we have vice president of membership, the person who manages to invite guests for the meeting, briefs them about Toastmasters membership, and helps them become members. We have nominated Nandan Bhojraj for this. Are there any other nominations? We will be requiring associates for this post later on. Okay. So I close the nominations and request Tamanna to cast a single ballot. Then write and keep it ready. And when I say I request Tamanna, you can post it. Keep other things ready. So we declare. We have Harsh. Harsh, can you turn your camera on if you are still there? Yes.
Am I visible?
Person has to create posters for our meetings and create presence online, social media, and attract people to the meeting. So we have nominated Harsh Dalke. Is there anyone else who is interested in this role? Okay, we'll close the nomination first, and I request Tamanna to cast the ballot again. And I declare Harsh Dalke as elected. Honorary Secretary of the club is the person who writes minutes of the meeting and participates in the democratic process. Such as someone is writing right now the names of people for example. So we have Parag Shinde nominated for this post. Is there anyone else who is interested in this particular post? Okay, so I close the nominations. once Tamanna casts the vote, we will. Secretary. Then we have treasurer, and again we need experienced person. So my name is proposed for that. Is there any experienced member of this club who wishes to be treasurer? So we close the nominations. Request her to cast a single ballot. This is the person who is in charge of logistics. This person will have to come earlier and set up the room and everything here. We have nominated Tamanna Ahuja for this. Is there anyone else who is interested in any of these posts? You are interested? Okay, so Jasbir Chandok is also interested in the post of Sergeant Arms. Will you attend all the meetings?
Except one or two, but I have attended the rest.
Coming here, you have to attend all the meetings. That's a condition that you have to attend all the meetings. You cannot come early and set up the place. You have to come at 4 p.m. and set up the room for 5 p.m. Okay. Do you have a car?
No, but I can manage the car.
Okay, not transport. There are things property of the club which needs to be carried. Okay. This, all this standee and banner and so on. Okay, you have to be a person responsible for all the property and carry it to the village. Okay. So in that case, we will have an election. And is there anyone else who is interested? Yes, so I close the nominations. And we'll have an election. Yeah, so the procedure for that is that we have 2 members. We have a 2-horse race here in this case, where both of them will give speeches of 2 minutes and tell us why we should elect them. And since alphabetical order of surnames, Tamanna is Tamanna Ahuja, and then Jaspreet Chandok. So Tamanna will speak first for 2 minutes. Timer, please note that you have to. And I request Parag to play the role of secretary for this part of the meeting. So are we all ready? Yes. And somebody will have to prepare voting slips additionally, or you can use the slips that you have and just write names. Okay. Only the members of this club can vote. Guests cannot vote. Okay. So I request Tamanna to come forward and give a speech of 2 minutes. Timer, exact 2 minutes. There is no other message. Just start uploading at the end of 2 minutes.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
I have been a member of this club since 7 years. I joined in 2015 and I've been a member. I have taken a few breaks in between, but otherwise I was normally a regular member. I come on time. Prasad sir can tell you about that. I didn't know I had to prepare a speech actually. I wasn't prepared for it.
We were expecting unopposed for everyone.
There is one more ignorance in the game.
Just tell us what all you have done so far.
I have completed my competent communicator practice where we give 10 speeches. Like you have different speeches. You have one for body language, one for voice modulation. So those were that was before pathways. We had competent communicator manual handbook we used to get, not online. It used to be hard copy. Earlier. I've completed SR3 Strategic Relations 3rd level. And I have attended most of the milestone meetings also. Every week I take up a role. I'm not given many speeches, but I take up role every meeting. Kailash knows it. So whenever whatever role is available, he tells me, will you take up this role? I say, okay, I'll take it. Like this time he asked me to play language evaluator.
Okay, hey everyone, I'm Jaspreet Chando. So honestly, I haven't been in Toastmasters for so many years as Tamanna. But the only reason I want to take up this role is because I find it, what we say, I like doing stuff and doing other roles than the normal roles like language evaluator, timer and stuff. I want to like take up another role which I'm properly, which I give my best. So I figured that SAA is the safest and the easiest role of all. And speaking of like what I've done, I have technically not done so much because I have recently joined. But if it's like I come on time, I don't actually come on time. I come 5-10 minutes early because I have work and everything. But if I'm taking up this role, I will surely be coming an hour early or depending on when the meeting is. Like if the meeting is 5, like 4, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I can talk about right now.
I request Parag to help me with distribution of ballots. Each sheet that you will get will have my signature behind. It's not my official signature of banking. Don't worry, I cannot force my signature. But it's I'll tell you the reason for that in a while. So just pass these to all the others except you and me, and I'm creating for you and me. Yeah. So they will cast vote by sending SMS to me. Harsh Dhalge, Kailash Sutar and Saurabh Bhosle, please send me a message about your vote. Please write only one name in the ballot. Yeah. If you write two names, the ballot is invalid. Yeah. Yeah. Only members, huh? Yeah. Only members. Members of CHCP. Members of this club, yeah. So don't worry about what you see there. It's just a paper cut randomly. And every member got a slip. No, people haven't got one. Yeah, Nagappan got one. Arya hasn't got one. Yes, full time. Who else has not received? One point. Collecting this. So there are a few more. If those who are not yet voted, please vote. I will be timing out the screen. I request Naveen to be timing out that. Come here, we'll count. Here. First, check that that's the slip has signed behind it. I'm going to make sure that the top.
See that Ravi is checking it and they are counting. Ravi is validating on your behalf whether the votes are correctly counted. Okay.
So